In this video I'm going to show you how you can make this personalised monkey heart earring. So this is the monkey here. This is an Eastern astrological symbol for the monkey. So that's the year in which you would be born, and we have a full range of Eastern astrological symbols. I'm going to place it in this heart shape here, and I'm going to personalise it by, in this case, adding the lowercase Harrington font A, but obviously lots of other characters can be added. So we're going to use Fluid Designer for 3D printing, and I just click Group Library here because that refreshes this file list. We're going to use a ring connector at the top, and I'm going to use a 1.5mm diameter hole there to act for the fishhook. I'm going to use a Harrington font, so I'm going to use this letter A here, and I'm going to use an astrological, Eastern astrological symbol, so it's in the patterns folder, and I'm going to use this one here, the Zodiac Eastern monkey pattern, and there are two, notice, in the library. One of them's got a box around it. I'm going to use the one without the box around it, and I'm going to wrap all of these inside another pattern. I'm going to use a heart pattern, and as you can see there's a range of heart patterns that you can choose from. I'm going to use 005, so I'm going to use this object here. So I just drag and drop that onto the workspace, and I'll just switch on screencast keys, so key presses should be displayed down here. Now this object at the moment, it's a parametric smart object. It's got a cross section of 1mm by 2mm deep. You could make it thicker if you wanted to, but that wouldn't be very much good as an earring. It might be alright as a pendant, but for an earring we really want to change this cross section down to 1 by 1 to keep the weight down. Now if I just go to view and view that from the top, what I want to do now is to put in the astrological symbol first of all. So I'm going to use this this monkey pattern here. So it's in Patterns Astrological Eastern. This just shows you where it is. Now we don't drag and drop this, we have to use File and Append. So you need to know where it is. So just go to the Groups folder, and we're looking for Patterns Astrological Eastern, and I want the monkey pattern, and I want 001. I don't want the one with the box around it, I want 001, and we always append the object. So it's a Zodiac Eastern monkey pattern 001. I append that object from the library. Now as you can see, this is a little bit too big, so we can scale it down. So we do S on the keyboard, and we can scale it down, change the size, and at the top of the screen you can see what the scale factor is. It's 0.6. When you're happy with the size, and better to look at it rather than look at the top of the screen really, you can just click the mouse button, and what you must always do in Fluid Designer then is do Control A and apply the scale, and notice the thickness changes as I do that. If you don't apply the scale you will have problems. Now this object is a smart object, and it's not quite selected with the red around it, and it looks a little bit odd up here. You can see a little bit protruding through, and that's just how it's actually built. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the tab key to go into edit mode, and if I just scroll the center mouse button, you can see I've got a bit sticking up there. If I select that control point there and just pull it down, you can see I can pull that top back in. So if anything strange happens like that, it's just because we changed the scale. You can reposition it just by pressing the tab key to go into edit mode and move the control point. And what I want to do now is to just position that, and I need to position it so that it's overlapping at some points, and I'm just going to switch off snap. Just move it, I'll move it to the right actually, so that it's overlapping here, it's overlapping here, here and here. So we want a solid object at the end of the day, and I'll just switch snap back on again now. Now I'm going to append the Harrington font, letter A. So I'm going to append this object now. So I go to File and Append. Just go up through the menu system until you get to the Groups folder. Look for the font you want to use. I'm going to use Harrington font, and the character you want to use, and you always append the object. Now, as you can see, this is a thicker object. It's 1mm by 2mm, but we need to scale it first of all. So I'm just going to go to View and Top View. So it's S on the keyboard to scale. Change it to the size that you want, and always remember to do Control A and apply the scale, and notice the thickness reapply. And then you need to position it where you want it. And you can switch on off the snap. You've got greater control if you switch off the snap. So I'm going to position it, say, there. And I'll just switch snap back on again. Now, what we can do is to join these objects together. So if I hold down the Shift key with the A is highlighted, highlight the Eastern monkey item, and then highlight the heart and go to Tools, Object Tools, and join them all together. Now notice when you do that, the thickness of the A changed. It's taken on the properties of the heart. But we have got a slight issue here. If you notice, this is open now. The heart didn't have this box ticked. The monkey symbol would have had. So you do need to be a little bit careful. You can see at the bottom as well it's open, but when I tick fill caps, it will fill in the end there. So when you join objects together, they do take the properties of the last object selected. So you just need to watch out for that happening. So now what I'm going to do is add a wire ring at the top. I showed it you earlier. It's in the connectors folder. So I'm going to add this here. So we go to File and Append, go up through the menu system to the Groups folder. I'm looking for 3D templates connectors. I want a wire connector with a 1.5mm diameter hole, and I just append that from the library. And just zoom in, make sure it's selected, and just position it at the top there. And you want it sort of centered, and you can just check with wireframe. That's quite good position there. And if we hold down the Shift key now with the wire connector selected, highlight the rest of the object and go to Tools, Object Tools, and Join. That will take on the same 1mm by 1mm cross section. And that's how easy it is to create your own personalised earring. You can obviously put in whatever astrological symbol you want here, whatever letter you want here, and personalise it, or we can do it for you. And what you can then do is go to File and export it. I usually use the Wavefront OBJ format and save it to the desktop. So it's a personalised Zodiac monkey heart earring that I've just created there, and you export that OBJ file. I did it earlier, but what you must also do is go to Netfabb Basic, import it into Netfabb Basic, and run the repair procedure there. And you do automatic repair and execute, and apply the repair and remove the old part, and these should all be set to 0. And what this also tells you is the volume of this. So the volume of this object is 0.2 centimeters cubed. If we just move the decimal place one place to the right, that gives us an approximate weight in grams, and this is made in silver. So this is approximately 2 grams. So that's it. That's how you can create this personalised monkey heart earring. Thank you.